everyone, it's Terry. Welcome to Decorate with Tip and More. I'm standing in our family room because this piece is too large to carry it out into the garage. So I added some plastic to the floor and set the base of my cabinet up on some blocks so I can give it a little makeover. So I'm going to be using this Retique It Liquid Wood to finish that chest. It says you don't have to strip it, sand it. All you have to do is clean it with rubbing alcohol. So I have that already. We'll give it a good cleaning. And then I am going to be using this. It says about 2 to 3 coats. This has about 60% wood shavings inside the paint, which gives you a coat of wood so it will be stainable. It does say you want to use a non-penetrating stain, so you want to use a gel stain. I'm going to apply 3 thin coats of the liquid wood. So I'm going to clean my piece of furniture with just basic rubbing alcohol. I added it to a squirt bottle for easy applying. And then I'm just going to take a microfiber cloth and give it a good cleaning. And then we'll start painting it. I am using just a basic paintbrush to add the liquid wood onto my surface. So what they suggest you to do is either shake or stir your liquid wood about 2 minutes just to make sure that everything is mixed together, that the wood shaving is not just in the bottom, that you have it all evenly in the paint. So I'm going to do both. I'm going to shake it and stir it for about 2 minutes. So the paint's a little bit runnier than I expected. I am using the light liquid wood. It does come in dark or different shades, but I'm using the light wood. Remove it. So they said you want to do even strokes. So you want to do even strokes. I do want to apply it into that little groove that I have. So when you apply it on, you want to make sure that you have even brush strokes. Get it in, I'm just going to do one long stroke with my brush. Make sure it's all even. Now that I have all the paint on the top, I'm going to take my brush and just make smooth brush marks all the way down from side to side. Putting a little bit of pressure on my brush to make sure that I have all the ridges smoothed out. I'm just doing a very light coat, and I will do light coats in layers. All right, I got the whole piece covered with one coat of the liquid wood. I'm gonna let that dry. I think I've got it evenly distributed on my piece, and I'm happy with it. I will do a light sanding before I do the second coat. It says 2 to 3 coats. I think I'll probably do 3. I just wanted to share with you. Now, I did my little vase last week, but one coat, I bet I only used maybe 1/4 of a cup to maybe 1/2 of a cup. So it goes pretty far. So I'm going to let this dry for 2 hours, and then I'll do a second coat. I'm going to work on the drawers while this is drying. Okay, so now that it's been 2 hours, I'm going to take 220 grit sandpaper and just do a very light sanding. Since it's sat for 2 hours, I'm going to go ahead and shake it and stir it for another 2 minutes. All right, so I have the second coat done. I am going to let that dry for 2 hours, then give it a light sanding and do a third coat. I might have to do a fourth coat. I don't know if it's because I am a thinner painter. I don't put on thick paint when I paint. Some people do. My daughter, she is a thick painter. She puts a lot of paint on the wall, where I do a thinner coat, and I might have to do 2 coats versus her 1. So that might be it, but I am liking it. The first coat was a little worrisome because I saw a lot of the dark colors bleeding through, but the second coat is a little bit better. Also, I was worried because I saw a lot of orange in that first coat. The second coat, it's toned it down. It's getting a little more paler in the color. So we'll just see. I will let this dry, do a third coat. If I have to do a fourth coat, I would rather do it right than regret it just because I wanted to skip a coat. The second coat is drying on the drawer facings as well. So now it's just that waiting time of drying. So I did do a third coat, and I am so relieved. It looks so much better than the first and second coat. So I'm going to let that dry about 4 hours before I apply the stain. Now it says to use a non-penetrating stain, which I think it's like a gel stain. I'm going to go and double check, but I'm not for sure. I bought different kind of stain, so I'm going to have to go back to Lowe's and get a non-penetrating stain. I don't know what colors they have to offer in that particular stain, but I have something in mind. I hope Lowe's or Home Depot has the color I'm looking for. So I'm going to turn the camera around, show you what my piece looks like with the third coat on, and then I'm going to go get my stain. So I let it sit for about 4 hours. I'm ready to stain. I did pick up gel stain, mid-wax gel stain in walnut. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit lighter than the picture, just because we're not really using real wood. But it says about 1 to 3 minutes, then wipe it off. I might wait to like 1.5 to 2 minutes because I don't want it to be really, really dark. Also, it says you can sand before staining. It's not necessary. I'm going to take 220 grit sandpaper and sand it just real lightly, just to see if there's any drips or grains that or streaks, I guess you would say, not grains, just so I can have a smoother surface. Then I'm going to put my gel stain on a plate. Now you can use a rag, a sponge, or even one of the sponge brushes. I'm going to use just a household sponge, dip it in, and then spread it that way. And you don't want to forget your gloves. So I'm ready. I'm a little afraid of how this is going to turn out, to be honest. I was very worried about how it's covering the third coat, and they did say 1 to 3 coats. The third coat worked out beautifully. We're just going to work with the walnut. Hopefully it will flow with my kitchen since it is a dark oak. We'll just see. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to do a little spot right here just because this is awful dark and I don't want to be surprised when I do the big top. So I'm just going to do a little span right here. You can tell I just added a little bit right there. I'm going to wait. I'm going to count to 60 and then wipe that off, and we'll see if I want to use this color or not. I think it's a go. I'm going to try it. All right, here we go. I'm just putting my sponge in the gel and wiping it all over. So you could tell, my shadow, there's variation, there's dark, there's light, there's medium. It gives it the look of stained wood. Now you might want to do another coat, that's up to you, but I think I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to do the whole cabinet and then wait 24 hours and then do a coat of poly or two and call it done. Now that the stain is all dry, I'm taking my 220 grit sandpaper and giving it a light sanding, and then we're going to do a coat of poly. Everything is lightly sanded and cleaned. I want to go ahead and apply 1 coat of the polyurethane in a matte finish. I am using sponge brushes because I don't want to roll it. I want to prevent air bubbles. So I'm just going to apply it just like I did the stain. Nice and even strokes. Going with the grain of the wood. And I might do 2 coats of the poly. Once you've got it evenly applied to the surface, you want to take it at the very beginning and go all the way down, creating 1 even stroke of your poly. You don't want stop and go marks. I'm going to let this dry, sand lightly again, and put 1 more coat of poly, and I think I'm going to call it done. So I will show you what it all looks like after I'm done. All right, so the piece of furniture is complete. I added 2 coats of poly. It's been drying for 24 hours. I'm going to give it another 24 hours before decorating. I did clean the hardware and add those back to the drawers. I didn't change them up other than clean them. I'm ready to decorate. So all in all, on my opinion about the Retique It Liquid Wood, if you were unable or didn't want to take the time to strip, sand, clean, and then stain a big piece like this, it might be a product that you want to use. Do you get that same look as stripping, sanding, and staining a piece? Probably not. It is a little darker than I had in my mind, but I still really like it. So I'm going to show you what it looks like before I started this project and then after. If you like how my piece of furniture looks with the Retique It Liquid Wood, give me a big thumbs up and tell your friends about my page. I would hope that they would come over and enjoy what I share on a daily basis. Also, start following Decorate with Tip and More. I might be using the rest of that liquid wood in the future, so you don't want to miss all that. Thank you for coming by and watching me change my big chest of drawers with a new product that I have. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much. God bless. See you tomorrow. Make it sweet.